Welcome back to this Rift Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us as always is Tallahassee, but mate, you seem to have a very hairy eight-legged friend. Welcome to you this evening. What on earth is that that's between your legs, may I ask?
Well, I don't know what it's like when you come from New Zealand, but you know, most of us have a penis and scrotum, but I'm guessing you're referring to my mount.
Trust Tallahassee to take it there, of course.
Actually, am I even allowed to say that on this Let's Play?
Yeah, well, you know, they're just medical terms, aren't they? I mean, we've all got, well, half the population's got them, I presume. But no, I was referring to the other hairy thing with 8 legs between your legs, which you happen to be sitting on. Okay, firstly, where did you get that from? That's creepy. It's little mandibles are nibbling away, and it's got 8 eyes, and it's all creepy and horrible. Yuck! Ugh, I hate spiders. Where did you get it from?
Okay, there is the Ashes of History update, which has just come out, which is the big world event for 1.5.
Right.
And with that, you could go ahead and purchase the Ashes of History update, and one of the things you get with that is a spindle mount, which is basically a giant freaking spider.
Right. It's very.
Have a look at the motherfucker. He's got the little pincers going and fangs, and they're always moving, and it's.
I know, and he's got those beady little eyes. Like, we can just see it at the bottom of the video here. He's got those creepy beady eyes. Let's have a look at around the back here. What's going on? Okay, he's all glowy around. Actually, he looks really cool around the back. Okay, and he jumps. You know what? If you're slightly arachnophobic, I don't think I am, but spiders just give me the heebie-jeebies, full stop. And that thing really looks creepy. Like, it really, really does. That's very cool though. Hang on, how many mounts do you have now? Because hang on, you've got the horse that you bought with us. You've got the Yarnosaur with the lift kit on it. You've got this creepy Crawley. You've got the collector's edition. Yeah, the Tardigon. And you've got another Tardigon. No, hang on, that's on your main warrior, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, on North I've got another ancient Tardigon, plus I've got, in the process of getting one of the Ashen Raptors. Oh, is that the one? Which is cool.
They're the ones that you grow or level up the eggs for, I think. Is that the one?
That's the one.
Yeah, right. Actually, I had one of those eggs. Where is it? I think I may have actually put it in my bank to, oh my lord, save room in my bags. Because look at that, folks. I have 2 and a bit whole bags of free inventory space. That's right. Thank you. Take a bow, Sambo. You're welcome. But yeah, I've got one of those. I think I've got it up to a grand total of level 2 or something like that. What level do you actually have to get those eggs to get the mount? I mean,
you have to get it up to level 35.
Oh, okay, all right. So I've got a fair way to go then, I think, till I can get one of those mounts. But look, even though it's creepifying, that is a very, very cool mount, I must admit. Do you know, the other thing I like about it is the way that they've posed the character model on the top there. That's quite a unique way. Rather than it actually settled down in the saddle hump there, you're actually kind of sitting on the arch of its back. That's kind of cool. It's a bit different to most other MMOs, so very nice. And speaking of very nice,
one thing that you'll notice.
Yeah.
Sorry, one thing that you will notice is you're actually just a little bit taller than my character at the moment.
Oh my lord! There's a first time for everything. Hell, maybe we should keep up the tradition of the horse's ass scenario. Hang on, is that about right? I'm just a little. No, I'm too sensitive. There we go. Let's see if we can create a creature now.
Is that what you told the lady?
Yeah. All right, we now have a spy horse. There we go, a spider horse. Yep, I think that's like a spider pig, but it's a spy horse instead. Yeah, isn't it amazing how this game allows you to basically, breed and evolve? It's like Pokemon, isn't it? Look at that. Of course, it's not quite the same effect that we had. Hang on, actually, to get the same effect as we had with the Yarnosaur, I kind of need to spin around, and it's not quite the same, is it? not quite the same.
No, it's not really.
Although, and I just thought of something, if I can get it just right. There we go. Oh, no, come on. There we go. You're now sitting on my horse's ass. There we are, and you've definitely got a tail between your legs. So, alright, so fun with Tallahassee and Sambo.
Third pant.
What's that?
The third pant leg.
It's the third pant leg indeed. Oh dear. Okay, I think this is going to become a tradition with us where we basically invent new breeds.
You were talking about it, so it was wagging.
Thanks very much for that most disturbing vision. But speaking of visions, look at that behind us, folks. You may remember where we are. We're up here. Look at this. We're on the bridge. Now let's get to a piece that's knocked out so we can see. That's where we've been questing previously. Of course, it's the Scarlet Gorge. And what's happened? Look, let's have a look on our map here. We've actually reached the end of the quests in the Scarlet Gorge. George? Oh gosh, I'm fallen prey to it. The Scarlet Gorge. You can see here we've got one quest that's taking us over here to the entrance to the Scarwood Pass. And the Scarwood Pass is basically the entrance here, you can see, to the Scarwood Reach. So just reminding you guys, the quest flow for zones, if you're on the Guardian side, of course, is Silverwood, over to Gloamwood, into Scarlet Gorge, and then we're getting pushed into Scarwood Reach. Now, Tallahassee, we were talking about this before. If I zoom out on my map, if we are a Defiant, so obviously the opposite faction to what we are, you were saying that you start down in Free March Meridian down here. Which one of those is the equivalent of Sanctum? Is it Free March?
It's Meridian.
Oh, okay. So Free March is
the zone. Is the zone's name.
Right.
Yep, Meridian's the name.
And then, where do you go?
Like Stonefield is the equivalent of Gloamwood.
Okay, yep, right. And then...
And then you get pushed into Scarlet Gorge, and then over to Skywood.
Right, okay. So that explains why, folks, if you're anything like me and you're looking at this and going, hang on a minute, how come we've only explored half of the Scarlet Gorge and yet we're already being pushed out into Scarwood Reach? So Tallahassee, it's because the enemy faction, so to speak, are actually coming up, pushing up from the south, coming northwards, and we're going to come together. So I guess that's designed that way. I mean, look, we're on a PvE server, but I guess that's designed that way for PvP servers to gently sort of push the factions together. I guess most MMOs tend to do that. Do you think that's why they've done it that way?
Yeah, I've got a feeling that's probably the reason why they've done it.
Now, are we ever actually going to get to expose that bottom half of Scarlet Gorge, by the way, to get our achievement?
We can. It's something that you tend to do a bit later on, especially when you're going for like the cans and things like that.
Oh, okay, all right. No, that's all right. As long as we know it's on the cards for later, that is fine. So in the meantime, folks, you can see we are now heading across the bridge. We're on this very tall bridge here. That's where we are on the map, and we're going to just trot down here to the southwest, and we're going to head to this quest spot here. But before we do, just got a quick shout out. This creepy spider, keep that thing away from me. Ugh. We've got a quick shout out here to one of our viewers and one of our fellow Let's Players, actually, by the way, Tallahassee, Xzea. And by the way, his YouTube channel, we'll put a link to in the description box below, but it's spelt E-X-Z-E-A-R. And Xzea has just started doing some Rift Let's Plays, actually, by the way. And they're probably a whole lot better than our ones. Mind you, that's not very hard, is it? And, of course, you know how it is, folks. We do very much love to support the Let's Play community. And so I'd like to give a big shout out to Xzea and suggest that you pop over there and help him out by seeing a couple of videos, maybe liking them if you like them, and saying g'day, and, of course, getting him off to a kickstart because we love it when that happens. So there you go, Xzea. So that's youtube.com/user/Xzea, E-X-Z-E-A-R. Alright, so onwards and upwards, do you reckon, mate? Head to this quest.
Yep.
Quest handed. Oh, that's a creepy looking thing.
It's been long.
Does it have any... This is something I've been meaning to ask, actually. Does Rift have anything special with mounts, like, for example, I hate to keep saying it, but WoW, you can type /mount special, and it will do like a bit of a rear up on its legs or anything. Wouldn't it be cool if you could do something on your mount that made it spin silk or, something like that? Or does it make any noise, actually, come to think of it?
I don't know. I actually play with most of the sound turned down.
Oh, okay, right. Well,
That way I can hear people in the raid.
yeah, no, that's a good point. It's a very good point. We must ask you about raids a bit later in the episode too, because I understand you guys had some planned anyway. Not sure if you did them, but we'd be very keen to find out. Okay, here we go. Just walk into my horse's rear. What is it with horses' rears at the moment? Everything seems to want to go into my horse's rear. Okay, you know what? I retract that statement. That sounded a bit weird. Didn't mean it quite like that. Alright, so Keravik Amblefoot, if the game will stop lagging. Is this me? Is your game lagging really badly at the moment, or is it just me?
No, not at the moment.
Wonder if it's good old Vista doing its thing. Hang on, folks, we'll be right back. And we're back, folks. Not sure what was going on with Vista there. It's playing up. I'm getting very angry at Vista. Tallahassee. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say it's your own fault, Sambo. You've got to get rid of it. I wish I had time to, and one day we will. Anyway, here we go. Into Scarwood Reach. Your help is most welcome, Seraphis. Time is running short. So let's get down to business. Indeed, speak with the commandant at some camp. We've got another quest here. We've got to collect lost cargo crates. You know what? I was just thinking, Tallahassee, if we have a look on the map here. Okay, so we're going to head up the road by the looks of things. Whoa, what on earth is this thing? Oh, it's an elemental. Now, by the way, remember when we went on the run last time with Dub, we put a different veil on us. Which veil do I want on us now? Do I want the life? I want the actual life bound one, don't I? That's the one that we want. There we go. Put that on. Alright, so what are we doing here? We are trying to collect lost cargo crates. Yeah, this is what I was thinking the other day, Tallahassee. Can you imagine, we were talking about this something similar the other day. Can you imagine a game where you didn't have to go and collect stuff, like an MMO? I know we were talking about the other day about an MMO where you would perhaps not kill things, and I think you were talking about peaceful solutions, etc. But imagine an MMO without having to go collect 10 logs of wood or, 10 hides or whatever. And why? I'm wondering how that came about. Like, whose bright idea was it that basically the time filler in an MMO was having you running around collecting things for NPCs? Wonder where that came from. What happened to just killing stuff? Or, actually,
I don't know.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what it might be?
Does that actually exist?
Well, no. Do you know what it might be actually payback for? And I saw this great animated sketch thing once about, you know what it's like when you're in a single player RPG and you just barge on into some villager's house and you just start smashing up their urns and taking all their stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Basically what I do in The Witcher.
Yeah, right, there you go. Oh, what a great game that is too. Maybe what it is it's payback. Maybe all these NPCs in the game are saying, well, you know what, for all those urns and cabinets you've smashed and all the loot you've stolen out of my house, I'm going to make you forever go and collect, pelts and hides and planks of wood and stuff every time you talk to me. Maybe there's an NPC trade union or something like that. They're for, fair and equal opportunity, and they're paying us back. I know, but that's quite funny, isn't it, when you think about
Bastards.
it, about RPGs. I mean, the owners of the houses, the little villages, they say, oh yeah, it's the hero, and we just barge in, completely ignore them, smash their stuff up, take all their food, take all their silverware, and walk out, and they're cheering us, going, yay, yay Sambo. Like, that's not right. Especially Zelda, by the way.
It's a redistribution of wealth.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, right, silly me. It's
the Communist Manifesto as dedicated by games.
Okay.
Sorry, as interpreted by video games.
As interpreted, yeah. I'm obviously just not looking at the bigger picture. That's my problem. I'm obviously got a very blinkered outlook on this. That's what it is. I need to I need to broaden my horizons. Anyhow, now what we were talking about before, Tallahassee, is I think I remember you seeing your schedule, and you look like you had a bit of a jam-packed weekend for raiding with our wonderful Seraphim Guild. Did you end up doing that?
I did for most of Saturday. That was actually really a lot of fun. did Guild of Prophecy and also Drowned Halls.
Oh, Drowned Halls. I've heard about that one. Hang on, wait a minute. Is that a new one, or is that just a high level one?
It's a relatively new one. It's one of the 10-man raids, or slivers as they call them in this game.
Oh, okay.
So that was actually really good. There was quite a few challenging encounters. I don't really want to sort of give too many spoilers and whatnot, because it was really my first time in there.
For sure.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun.
Oh, good to hear. I mean, we've heard nothing but great feedback from you, at least, anyhow, from a lot of these in-game events and raids or slithers or whatever you want to call them. So, you know, is that going to change, not the quality of them, but you said that there's a new world event, and I believe that there's new content, right? I'm pretty sure I saw on the patcher that there's a new update, I think, coming out or something. Do you know anything about that?
There's more raids coming.
Ooh.
Well, there's a new raid coming when the new zone opens up, and there's going to be new instances.
All right, that's fantastic. By the way, I'm done with my crates, just in case it matters. You know what? It's not very normal. Well. Yeah, not very normal that a development company will actually bring out raids with such frequency. I mean, you know, you expect new quest lines, but not actual raids, because you know that's a significant update to a game, and of course a lot of work would go into the development of a raid with all its scripting and, you know, balancing and all the rest of it. So I honestly don't think I've ever seen a game that sort of spews them out so quickly. I honestly don't.
Well, yeah, the thing is, they're all really challenging as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not like World of Warcraft where there was like one mechanic that you had to watch out for, or you had to get some gimmicky item. Looking at you, an Ixia scale cloak. Yeah,
definitely. Yep.
Hello.
It's genuinely challenging.
See, and that's the great thing about it, isn't it? Because, you know, the whole point of a raid, well, I don't know. I think WoW, the way that the WoW raids are designed, and because they're so, like you say, you know, gear dependent, and there's just that one mechanic, and a lot of the gamers, let's face it, sorry, I won't say gamers, a lot of the players that play WoW, as everyone knows, aren't necessarily gamers at their core. You know, they've come along to WoW through their boyfriends or their girlfriends or through friends. They've never played an RPG before, let alone an MMORPG, and suddenly they're running around in the World of Warcraft having fun and playing dress up and all the rest of it, which is totally fine. But then they end up in an instance and then inevitably end up in a raid and have absolutely no clue what to do. And so it can become very, very frustrating. And that's because, you know, by most standards, though, the actual difficulty of those raids in terms of what you actually have to do is very low. Whereas I think, you know, these guys, by the sound of it, have got it right, where, you know, you sort of go to actually enjoy the challenge of besting the phases of the raids and I mean, their progression, as we talked about last week, I presume. You know, because they're actually quite challenging, and you have to work as a team, right? I mean, you can't do a WoW job on them, for sure.
Yeah. No, you can't have sort of 3 or 4 people that know what the hell they're doing. Everyone needs to know what their role is, and they need to actually do their role.
Right, which is good because, I mean, like all things, that's not only going to gate your progress through the raid, but that's also going to gate and filter, well, by the way, speaking of which, these are very cool mobs, just by the by. That's also going to gate and filter the quality of players that you've got, isn't it? And I think, you know, the way you've described that in the past, Tallahassee, is like your DPS check points in the raid itself, like, you know, encounters that are specifically designed to say, hey, if you can make it past this encounter, then you're worthy to make it, you know, to the boss type thing, or through to the next area. It's got those, doesn't it? Definitely has, like the raids here have those checks.
It definitely has those.
Yep.
It definitely does have those. The DPS at the moment, I'm going to say it's low, but mainly it's low because it's like in World of Warcraft, one person puts out 17k DPS. In this, pretty much the entire raid will put out 17k DPS.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So it's a totally different scale.
Sort of scale.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I actually like that. I mean, to me, it's ridiculous, and especially at the moment. I think we've talked about this before as well. My tank has something like 100 and... Oh, look, I honestly can't remember. It's such a ridiculous number, I can't remember, but it's up around the 180, I think, 180,000 hit point mark. Does that sound right? I'm pretty sure it is. It's been a while since I've been on it now, but the numbers just get ridiculous. It's like...
Yeah.
Oh, do we need that ore? I think we do, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Collect infused ore, 1 of 6 there. There we go. Yeah, it's just the numbers become a bit of a blur because they're just so ridiculously high that it actually becomes hard to sort of, like, you know, when you're looking at numbers that are 6 digits long, it's hard to actually gauge the impact of the damage that's being done to you. Whereas, like you say, if you're dealing in sort of, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 areas, you really sort of take notice and can really understand when a mob's hitting hard because it makes such a big impact to your character. You know, the numbers are actually getting low as opposed to, you know, getting down to 50,000. You know what I mean? So I think it
yeah, because let's look at it. 50,000 is a big number.
Yeah, exactly. Yet, you know, in some of the WoW stuff at the moment, that's an average hit. You know, that's a hit from a boss. Just one melee hit. So it's just stupid. I think what they need to do is just, you know, get rid of sort of 4 zeros off everything and everything would be all nice again. By the way, speaking of nice, can I just say this area is actually really, really cool. And of course, folks, we're technically, you can see here, we're technically inside Scarwood Reach now. We're right on the border of it here, you can see. But technically speaking, we're inside, and I love these bridges. And I don't know if you noticed before, Tallahassee, but they see that those wires going across there. They actually remind me of something we have in New Zealand. I don't know if you've got them here. I presume you have. Looks like a flying fox. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we have flying foxes here.
All right, cool. I don't know. You might call them something else. Not sure. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of one of those. Reminds me of my childhood. But very cool area. Is this typical of what the entire area is like? I mean, we're kind of right on the border of it, so I guess it's kind of a bit of Scarlet Gorge and a bit of the new zone. Is it? Is it kind of a blend? Or does it get any greener?
Yeah, this is very much a blend of the zones.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's not typically what the whole area is going to look like.
No, it's very much, this is the starting point for it.
Rightio. Definitely reminds me also of kind of Borderlands type stuff. Bit of Borderlands going on here, especially with the windmills.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just a bit.
Anytime you want to heal me.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, 25%. That's probably a good idea, isn't it? Here we go. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
I'm gawking at the scenery once again. Oh, and I can see some more of those rocks up here. But yeah, as always, very cool looking, all of the zones and the architecture. At least the architecture changes from zone to zone. Well, it appears to anyway, because of course the architecture that was in the Scarlet Gorge, which by the way, we didn't actually spend much time there, did we? Come to think of it, wasn't very many episodes.
No.
Maybe, what,
no,
5 or 6?
It's really sort of a filler zone, so they get you in and get you out.
Ah, right, yeah, of course, like a transition zone to get you across that bridge, so to speak, that little gap.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's not much that happens in that zone.
No. So, I mean, yeah, we were warned up front that it wasn't going to be the most exciting of zones, and I guess at the end of the day it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't painful for me, and it had quite a cool ending. Of course, you guys might remember we ended it with a fire rift, I think. Tallahassee was the big finale for that zone.
A big fire.
Yep, so that was quite cool. At least a nice little bit of story. Now, I've got a quest that's pointing us over here for raw Stormstone. Do you have that?
Yep, I've got to get that one as well.
And in fact, there's quite a number of them going all the way down there. Oh, that's because of the Harpies and the other birds. Right, okay, that makes sense. Let's mount up.
Yep, so we've got to kill everything along the way.
Right. I'm up for that. Oh, there it is. Look at that. We're riding past and above the Scarlet Gorge to our left there. But yeah, gosh, the game is clunking along tonight. Maybe it's not my computer for once. Seems like it's the game. It's definitely struggling after it patched.
I don't know, I'm fine.
Yeah, I know. Maybe it's a combination of the particular drive. No, one of our commenters on the video suggested that perhaps it's not all Vista and that it might actually be something like my video drivers, perhaps. Although I have updated them in the past 10 days, so maybe that's what's made it worse. You never know. What's the brand of your video card, by the way, Tallahassee?
Sure.
Is it
I think it's
NVIDIA or?
Yeah, it's an NVIDIA. I think it's a gigabyte.
Oh, yep. Oh, what's this?
I honestly can't remember what the hell it is.
Yeah, I'm a bit the same. I know mine's NVIDIA, but I can't remember the actual model number. I think it's a GTX 275 or something. You know, it's probably getting a bit long in the tooth because it's an entire 2 years old. Oh my lord! Which of course, in computer terms, is like being a geriatric piece of hardware, I guess. Unlike you with your
Nearly
flash.
as old as you.
Yeah, well, yeah, almost that old. Good lord. These are very cool. I like the Harpies in this game. I like the fact that the Harpies actually have legs and can actually stand on the ground by themselves. Because most Harpies in games, you tend to see them just flying around. But it's kind of cool that they land. Just a little subtle difference.
Well, I don't think they actually fly.
Oh, they're just kind of hopping around.
Yeah.
What is that over there? Oh yeah, we'll watch this one, see what it does. Oh, okay, so it just kind of hops and skips towards us.
Over.
Yeah. Now, of course, because we're always in such a rush, I wasn't reading any of the quest text. Is there a particular theme? I mean, obviously the theme in, for example, when we were in Gloamwood, that was all about the hag and the werewolves and the infection and all the rest of it. And of course, in Scarlet Gorge, it was all about the what were they called now? Oh, I can't remember the. It was like a cult, some kind of cult. Oh, the Endless. Endless were over there. Don't suppose you remember what the.
At the moment.
What the theme is here? No.
There really isn't. At the moment, there really isn't a theme.
Oh, okay. We're just kind of making our way in.
Yeah, we're just sort of making our way in. There will be a theme coming.
Aha. Okay. Not going to spoil the plot, he says.
No. No. You can read your
My quest text
log. Yeah, that, when I can actually say it.
Yeah. Alright, so let's check our progress, folks. We are, 3 of 4 of the Plateau Rukhs, whatever they are. We've got 8 of 8 of the Sharptalon Harpies. What's this? Sharptalon Wind Witch. Sharptalon Sandwich.
No.
No. You know, that actually reminded me of something.
You grab one of the egg things.
Oh, eggs. Whoops.
They're raw Stormstone.
Oh, is that what they are? Uh-huh. Oh, Slim has got himself into trouble again. Although that may have been me. I may have right-clicked on it. I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Slim. I'm blaming...
I think that seems to be the common consensus these days. You're all so nasty to me.
But you control him. He does what you want.
Yeah. If only it felt that way. He always seems to have a mind of his own.
He is part of an algorithm. He doesn't do shit.
There's no need to get scientific on me. Now where are all the rest of these eggs? Yeah.
Oh, they're around. They're around. Now, normally, on a Saturday. Now, today is a Wednesday, by the way, people.
that it is.
We have a very special event that happens on a Saturday.
In Rift?
And... No, not in Rift, but in real life.
Oh.
Yeah. Now,
You mean our tradition?
Seb and I are actually friends in real life.
That's right.
And every Saturday we go out for breakfast with another friend of ours.
Yep, big ups to McLarge Huge, by the way. Hello, McLarge Huge.
This week, our intrepid hero Sambo has decided that he's going to forego that because he's going to sit at home and watch StarCraft being played at BlizzCon.
You make it sound so dirty. You make it sound so terrible and nerdy. Well, actually, that's possibly because it is. But look, it was a terrible thing, but I bought my virtual tickets for BlizzCon, and I originally saw it as Friday and Saturday as the timetable.
Yeah, over there.
Yeah, over there, duh. So of course, yeah, poor old Tallahassee's absolutely right. It's going to cut right into our normal time, our normal, bros before hoes type, never shall it not happen event. But you know what? Look, what I need to do, my friend, is I need to actually go through and have a look at the schedule for BlizzCon. But I am a BlizzCon fan. I'm a big Blizzard fan. Everybody knows that. And I've got my virtual tickets, and I'm all ready to go. And of course, that's basically 24 hours of live streaming straight from the show, and a special in-game pet as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. But what I'll do is I'll look at the timetable.
In-game pet.
Yeah, in-game. Look, you can talk, Mr. Spider-Mount. You're part of the consumer problem as well now. You can join me. How come they're still glowing? That's weird. That was very weird.
They do glow.
Yeah, but I'd already taken them. All right, by the way, I've got 4 out of 6 of those. Only 2 more to go, and 1 more Rook as well. And we've just run out of time, by the way, so we might as well finish off these quests. But yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through the BlizzCon schedule, because also, mate, what I've done, and this will make you cringe, is of course I've downloaded the BlizzCon virtual app as well, which has, a floor plan and all the panels and their timetables and all that sort of stuff on it. But that's actually quite handy. So what I'll do is I'll go and check as to what's actually on at our normal prescribed brunch time, because to be honest, what you said about StarCraft, that's the least favourite of the content that's going to be at BlizzCon for me. So hopefully there's a big StarCraft tournament or arena match on or something like that at that time, and I promise you I'd rather come down for our normal brunch than sit through a StarCraft match, to be honest. So I'm thinking I'll be able to get the best of both worlds.
Honestly, the only interesting things that would be happening for me at BlizzCon, are if they talk about Titan.
Yes, definitely.
And probably Heart of the Swarm whenever that gets released.
Yep. Now, I do believe that there are panels speaking directly about Heart of the Storm. In fact, they've named the panels Heart of the Storm stuff, not just generic StarCraft panels. So I'd imagine that there's going to be a big lot of discussion about that. So, of course, you're always welcome to come over and sit down and watch it with me, of course. But I'm sure that there will be lots and lots of streams running up around the place about it. Now, hey, where's these? What do I need now? I just need one more thing, and that is raw Stormstone. So I need 2 of them. I think there's some over there, isn't there? Looks like there's...
I don't know, because my computer's crashed.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, see, there you go. I reckon there was something wrong with the game today. It's post-patch. Or have you still got your Battlefield 3 drivers in there?
No, I don't have Battlefield 3 drivers on here anymore.
Okay. So it's definitely something to do with the game, because obviously your Steam is still up and running.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like...
Rift had a little crash.
Yeah, Rift had a crash. It's definitely been playing up this evening, there's no doubt about that. But look, that's okay, that's probably a good time for us to leave off. We can carry on in our next episode anyway. We've got... What have I got? By the way, did you collect...
like walked off a cliff or something.
Yeah, You're right behind me, actually, so you're still there. You are on the edge of a cliff, but it's a very short drop, so there's nothing to worry about. Did you manage to get all of the Stormstones, by the way, though?
I have all of them. I just need one more ore.
Oh, another ore. Oh, okay.
That was ore, not ore.
Yep.
I have plenty of that.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm all done. I'm going to come up to your empty shell of a corpse, and we can sign off for the episode. And that's all right. Hopefully, we'll be up and running for. Oh no, you've just actually disappeared out of the world now. Although it'll probably transport you back a few minutes, I'd imagine, something like that. So there we go, folks. That's it for this episode. And he's back. There he is. Yay! He's come to sign off with us. Let's get out of the shadows. There we go. Or at least it's a relatively fast recovery for you there. It doesn't take too long. Did you have to reboot the game and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. Pretty quick turnaround. There you go, folks. We're all done. We'll get Tallahassee's ore, or his whores, in the break, and then we'll be back with the Handons as we head back into this new zone. Deeper and deeper into Scarwood Reach, which you can see is rather large as well, so it'll be interesting to see what storylines come out of all of this. So in the meantime, folks, certainly hope you enjoyed that episode. Our thanks as always to Tallahassee. Don't forget also to go over and see one of our commenters, and fellow Let's Players, Xair, as he starts up his Let's Play channel. Go over and support him as well. But in the meantime, certainly hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. Look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, it's us saying bye-bye.